Blackpool Pleasure Beach has been a home to 11 still roller coasters throughout its history, 6 of which are still operational today. The park's first still coaster opened in 1974. That ride is long gone, but 2 still coasters from the 1970s are still operational at the park today. Through the 1970s, 80s and 90s, a steady wave of new still coasters helped cement Pleasure Beach as the thrill capital of the UK and even Europe during that era. And while these rides may not have the same heritage as the park's wooden classics, many are now considered icons in their own right. For generations, they delivered excitement, nostalgia and plenty of happy moments that make adults feel like children again. In this video, we are taking a look at the iconic history of Blackpool's operational still coasters, starting with Steeplechase. Manufactured by Aerodynamics, Steeplechase opened in 1977 at a cost of £813,000. On the opening day, the Pleasure Beach was intent on celebrating in style. They did so by having the Grand National winning horse, Red Rum, in the park as a publicity stunt. It's reported that they tried to get Red Rum's hoofprint in a concrete slab as a memento, but it didn't quite work out due to the noise freaking out Red Rum, so that idea was scrapped. To contradict those reports, there's a plaque located next to the ride with Red Rum's hoofprint and a small sign to acknowledge the 3 wins in the famous Grand National horse race. Steeplechase is one of only 2 Aerodynamics Steeplechase models. The other was at Knott's Berry Farm in California. That one was removed in 1996. Steeplechase was the first roller coaster of the Geoffrey Thompson era, an era often considered to be the glory days of the Pleasure Beach. Roller coaster manufacturer S&S have modernised this coaster concept, but much like the original concept from Arrow, the demand for it isn't high. Geoffrey Thompson didn't wait long to bring Aerodynamics back to the Pleasure Beach. In 1979, the Revolution, a launch loop coaster, opened at the park. It was the first permanent looping roller coaster to open in Europe, opening 3 years after the world's first permanent looping coaster, also called Revolution, but located at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Pleasure Beach's Revolution is the only Aerodynamics launched loop coaster that remains operational in its original location. 8 of these Arrow coasters were built, all of them except for the Pleasure Beach's Revolution were relocated from their original location to a different amusement park. Only 3 of them remain operational, and the other 2 are in the United States. Diamondback at Frontier City in Oklahoma, and Sidewinder at Elitch Gardens in Colorado. Unlike the other Arrow-launched loop coasters, the Revolution has a unique cantilevered support structure. Around a similar time to this coaster concept going into production, Aerodynamics also had their corkscrew coasters in production, a full-circuit coaster featuring drops and 2 corkscrews. Some of those had customised layouts to feature vertical loops too. Aerodynamics were very busy in the 70s and 80s, but it was only the Pleasure Beach in the UK who were relying on them to build new roller coasters. Revolution was the first roller coaster to cost the region of £1 million or above at the Pleasure Beach. Avalanche was officially opened by Eddie the Eagle Edwards and the British bobsleigh team in June 1988, at a cost of £2.5 million. Avalanche was manufactured by German company Mack Rides. It was one of 6 Mack bobsled coasters to open. The first opened at Europa Park in 1985. Europa Park is located in Germany and owned by the Mack family. Out of the 6 Mack bobsled coasters, Avalanche is the only one in the UK. Avalanche proved to be a worthwhile investment for the Pleasure Beach. Their takings increased by 27%, and park attendance reportedly reached 6.5 million people per year. During this time, the Pleasure Beach was a free-to-enter, pay-per-ride amusement park. Guests had to pay for every individual ride rather than using today's method of unlimited rides attached to a wristband or e-ticket. The Pepsi Max Big One. Opened in 1994, it was advertised as the tallest and fastest roller coaster in the world. The Big One was manufactured by Aerodynamics and classified as a hypercoaster because it's over 200 feet tall. Aerodynamics built 4 of their hypercoasters. The first one, called Magnum XL 200 at Cedar Point, opened in 1989. And was the inspiration behind the Big One at Pleasure Beach. In more than one documentary about the Big One, Jeffrey Thompson mentions that he phoned Aerodynamics almost instantly after he first rode Magnum XL 200.
So I rang up the manufacturers, Aerodynamics of Salt Lake City, and said, right, we want a ride like that, but bigger.
Arrow's legendary roller coaster designer Ron Toomer was commissioned to design the record-breaking roller coaster for the Pleasure Beach. Construction work started in 1992. Most of the work was carried out during the closed seasons at the Pleasure Beach in winter 92 and winter 93. The Pleasure Beach was too small to store all of the steel for the project, so track and support sections were stored at Blackpool Airport. In some cases, the steel sections were assembled at the airport before being transported to the Pleasure Beach to be lifted into place. Aerodynamics are credited as the Big One's manufacturer, but a lot of the steel structure was manufactured in Britain by British companies. The claims that the Big One was the tallest roller coaster in the world were met with oppositions from 2 amusement parks. Buffalo Bills in Nevada claimed their Arrow hypercoaster Desperado was the tallest in the world because its highest drop was 225 feet. Kennywood also entered the debate. Their aerodynamic roller coaster, still Phantom, had a highest drop of 228 feet. Pleasure Beach measured the height of the Big One from sea level, claiming its height was 235 feet, which at the time would make it the world's tallest roller coaster. Taking sea level measurements out of it, the Big One's height is 213 feet. During its lifespan, the Big One has had a lot of major retracking projects carried out. The first one was ahead of the 1997 season when the original first drop was reprofiled, and then a few years later, the turnaround section above the Grand National was reprofiled. In mid-2000s, retracking was carried out on various sections of the ride's return leg. In winter 2019, the start of a 5-year retracking project began with different sections of the Big One's track replaced with brand new track sections. The project between 2019 and 2024 was carried out by Lancashire-based company Tazaker. Tazaker's managing director had previous experience of working with the Pleasure Beach. He was part of the Watson Still team who manufactured track sections for the Big One in the 90s. The Big One held the UK roller coaster's height record from May 1994 to May 2024, eventually losing it to Hyperia at Thorpe Park. The Big One was the last aerodynamics attraction to be built at the Pleasure Beach, and the last one in the UK. Only 4 Arrow hypercoasters were built, with only 2 of them still operational at the time of recording. Aerodynamics played a huge part in the growth of Pleasure Beach, with many ride types between the 60s and mid-90s, but there's not many of their attractions in the UK overall. Infusion opened at Blackpool Pleasure Beach in May 2007, but the Pleasure Beach was not its original location. Infusion was built in the 90s, opening at Pleasureland's Southport in 1999. Back then, it was called Traumatizer and dominated Southport skyline. Pleasureland Southport was owned by Blackpool Pleasure Beach but permanently closed in the summer of 2006. Rumours of Traumatizer's relocation to the Pleasure Beach started long before Pleasureland's closure, and those rumours intensified in early 2006 when Pleasure Beach announced they'd be closing their log flume. The log flume closed in September 2006 and was quickly removed, and shortly after the concrete foundations were going in for Traumatizer's relocation to Blackpool. Fans of the Pleasure Beach were sad to see the log flume go, and underwhelmed by Traumatizer as its replacement. Fans complained that this ride type was not the right fit for Pleasure Beach, especially when compared to previous instalments at the amusement park. Before its relocation from Southport to Blackpool, the track sections were repainted in a light blue colour. Blue track sections started to be delivered to the Pleasure Beach in late 2006, and by April 2007, Infusion was constructed and testing ahead of its May opening. Infusion is a Vekoma suspended looping coaster. Over 30 of these roller coasters exist, with most of them having the exact same layout as Infusion. Icon opened at Pleasure Beach in May 2018. Manufactured by Mack Rides, Icon is the most expensive roller coaster project at the Pleasure Beach so far. Rumours of a launch roller coaster were a thing on Pleasure Beach fan forums and social media sites for most of the 2000s. Those rumours intensified when a spokesperson at the park told a coaster enthusiastic group that the park were looking to build a roller coaster suitable for families and thrill seekers that was like Blue Fire at Europa Park. The hype for Pleasure Beach fans was finally real. For the first time since 1994, a brand new roller coaster was being constructed at the park, and it was what everyone wanted: a launch coaster. Most of the groundwork was carried out during late 2016 and early 2017.
It will be an invaluable investment for the town, for the region.
It definitely will be one of the most exciting rides in the world.
The name Icon was revealed in April 2017, construction started in September 2017, and by February 2018, the build was complete with testing starting in March 2018. Since its opening in May 2018, Icon was widely being recognised as the best roller coaster at the Pleasure Beach, but that didn't stop the Pleasure Beach from making modifications to it for the 2022 season. One of the 3 trains was altered. The back 2 rows were removed and replaced with 2 spinning seats. The spinning seat experience was named Enzo, which is Japanese for circular form. Enzo is an upcharged experience. The standard pricing is £15 and VIP pricing is £25. The difference in standard and VIP is that with VIP tickets there's no waiting time. As soon as you book the experience you can go and do it. If you were to purchase the standard ticket you have to virtually queue using the Pleasure Beach official app. The virtual queue length mirrors the queuing time for a standard ride experience on Icon. If you enjoyed hearing about the iconic history of Blackpool's steel roller coasters, be sure to give this video a like and consider subscribing to the channel too. We'd love to hear your own memories of steel coasters at Pleasure Beach, so please do share them in the comments below. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.